What is going on, everybody? Okay, let's see what's going on. Do some sage. Kind of shuffle through the cards and wait for people to come into the room. Hey, Marley. Hey, Bob or Bill. I don't know why you said Bob. That's really random. What's my dad's name? Maybe my dad is in the room tonight. You know what I'm saying? Watching from heaven. All right. Get some awesome shuffle. How do you guys like my studio lights? They finally came. Before this is all said and done, I'm gonna have a full-on studio. And I'm super stoked. How are you guys doing tonight? Yes, Marley, you are on time. But you have impeccable timing, so it's all good. I feel like we just need some extra sage. Oh yeah, there it is. Cool. Woo! I'm so excited about the show tonight, you guys. The show is just turning more and more into this beautiful transformation of, when we started this back in April, it was all about just chit-chatting online, right? And hanging out. And now it's like, it's becoming clear the path is starting to unfold, which is pretty exciting. And so tonight, what I wanted to talk about is I was thinking about, as we're going into the holidays, and how this is not a traditional year for doing holiday type things. And so I started thinking about, literally yesterday, I was walking around in the sunshine, and I thought, there are three things. Let's talk about 3 tips to get us through this holiday season, okay? So, just because I know that we have Thanksgiving this week, here, and then we're coming up on Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all that groovy stuff. And I do feel that we all are just in a peculiar situation with how we're going to deal with things this year. And so I wanted to talk about 3 tips to get through the holidays. Super easy to stay high vibed, keep yourself elevated and really feeling good. And so the number one is know what your role is when you go into situations. Now, this is for both. Now, listen, there are a lot of people spending the holidays alone this year, and that is totally fine. So this can go for if you're alone or if you're going into a family or group setting, and just take what resonates and take these tips and carry them with you through the holidays. It's really going to help. So then the first thing is number one, is to know your role. Know your role when you go into certain situations. And the reason I say that is when we are out here living our life, working our jobs, doing YouTube shows, hanging out with friends, we tend to fall into a role when we get in a gathering with friends we normally hang out with or with family members, depending on, so say if you have an older brother and sister, I do. And so I'm the youngest. And so I automatically go right into that young role, the youngest role, who's spoiled, which I don't think I'm spoiled, but that becomes my role as I walk into the house, right? And so what I want us to do is I want us to try to peel that away and break away from that label, so we can really just be in the moment and really focus in on the human contact that we have with the people we're spending time with, okay? Now, if you're spending in the holidays alone, you're not the only person in the world doing this. I promise you that. And just know that you have people you can reach out to and do online Zoom calls and FaceTime and things like that. So don't feel that you have to fall into this role either of you're alone and the holidays aren't going to be fun, okay? So the whole point of Beach Balanced Life is living in a beach frame of mind, no matter what situation and what scenario we are in the world or in a given point in time, okay? And so the reason why I say let's shed the label of the role is I really feel that in order to really be in the moment, because I feel like time has been really, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like time glitches and it's like it stretches really long and then all of a sudden it speeds up and I turn around and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it was just October 1st yesterday, right? So in order for us to stay grounded and stay in the moment and stay in a spiritual state of mind, we have to be cognizant and in the moment, okay? So when you're there talking with people, family members who are starting to aggravate you, or you're starting to fall in the role of being the spoiled, rotten brat, the youngest or the oldest that's aloof and like whatever the titles are, if you can sit there and just take a moment out and observe, observe, don't absorb, right? And notice the interaction you're having with people. Do you find yourself slipping into the old ways of just going through the motions and yes, this is what I've been doing, blah, blah, blah? Or are you really, really interacting? Because what's really important is interacting in the moment, because that's when you grow. And that's when you find things about people that you would have never known, or you may become closer with that family member, that distant cousin you never see. You know, you just sitting there listening to them with a non-judgmental frame of mind, okay? Just like the ocean never judges. Okay, so, hey, Mystical Musings, happy Monday. Okay, so number 2 is the trigger alert. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, we all know the triggers when we're going into holiday settings or feeling stressed coming up into the holidays of, you know, hey, I've got a million things to do and I don't have time and I've got to clean and how these people staying with me or whatever the scenario is. It's all about grounding yourself again and not letting those triggers hit you and not letting that one particular family member really upset you and just like hit that button that they always hit. This is the hardest thing to do. Okay. And I'm sure we could all admit that as well, because what it is it's not dealing with the situation from a higher vibration. It's actually lowering your vibration to go into that trigger. Okay. You're lowering your guard and it's coming down and then it triggers you. And then you just like are in a lower vibration of being annoyed, being angry, whatever. Okay, so the whole idea of the trigger number 2 is to stay in a neutral space, because once you're neutral, every vibe after that gets more positive, accepting, whatever, it actually raises your vibration and keeps you in a more elated state of mind. Now, keep in mind, you know, this is the holidays. We're all, you know, indulging in more than one way or another. And so it's easy to feel annoyed or get triggered really fast. So be cognizant of that, because that is one of the things one of the 3 tips, that's the number 2 tip of to not let this holidays take over your life. Okay. Now, number 3 is actually the most important one. And this is going to take number 1 and number 2 and combine them, and they're all going to support each other. And you're going to see how the 3 tips they can live separately, but they also are meant to live together. The third one is listen to your inner guidance. Okay? Boom. The reason why, if you start going into a situation, what should I do for this person for, what dish should I bring to Thanksgiving, or what's expected of me, or what should I be doing? Asking other people's opinions is just going to muddy the water of what you really need to do, and what's true in your heart and your soul. Okay, and the reason I say this is because it's all about being authentic to yourself. And the more you ask for opinions on things like that, or even just like if there's like family gossip or friends gossip, things like that, you're getting caught up in this drama that's lowering your vibe, okay? Now, that's like not cool. My suggestion is to always listen to yourself. And if you cannot hear your own inner guidance, which usually comes in as your own voice, you can know this when you're sitting there and you ask your angels or the universe a question, what should I do? The answer will be right there with no thought process, okay? That's your angels and your guides telling you, and that's your own intuition, your higher self communicating with you. So I suggest making sure to take time out by yourself to have some space and cleanse your energy, right? Because the whole idea through the holidays, this is the most difficult time to get through the year, and specifically 2020, is to keep your energy field clean so you can be a high vibrational inspiration and a beacon of light for those around you, okay? Does that make sense? Woo! Okay, so that's what I have for the tips for the holidays. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Okay. Let's see, 1 second. Oh, cool, Marley. I got you, girl. Awesome. Okay, so how are you guys doing? Are you guys super stoked to go into Thanksgiving? What are your plans? What are you doing? I already feel like my voice is scratchy. I don't know why. I've been drinking water all day. Okay, you guys are quiet. That's totally fine. I love you anyway. Okay, so I'm going to pull an overall collective message for this week to get us through the start of the holidays, which I don't know. I mean, I don't really think that Halloween counted. That's such a pressure-free holiday. I think Thanksgiving is a lot more pressure-free, and then when you come into December, it's all that Capricorn energy, and it's just a lot of pressure. Okay, so the first card I pulled, interesting for the collective, for everybody in the room, everybody who's listening to this after the fact, everyone who's out there and not participating in the chat, don't be shy. Come on in, say hello. It's follow the leader. So we have the follow the leader card, and this is all about going with the flow, right? Going with the flow with the universe. Don't try to put up resistance this week, because this is not the week that you want to be sitting there fighting against, like family, friends. You want to have a high vibe where you're mirroring what you put out into the universe and you're getting it back. If you're letting people's energy absorb into your energy field, which we've talked about this before, observe, don't absorb, then you're going to mirror more of that back into your life, and you're not going to have the most jovious type of holiday this week, okay? So the universe is saying strongly go with the flow. Hilarious. The challenge is the Saturn card. You guys, Saturn is father time, and he is structured. He is part of the reason why we're going through all this complete cement right now, that we're all feeling stuck. So it's all about accepting that there are lessons and things are moving slow this week, and accepting that by going with the flow, things will come in and they'll flow faster for all of us. And the overall advice is moving on to smoother waters. So this is beautiful, okay? I love this. This is great. So once we can accept, which is, I can't share my screen, but there is a graph with a beautiful cone, and it has the different colors of the spectrum of colors, and each one has a vibrational tone to it. And when you accept, that is when you're literally like at the 75th percentile of enlightenment, of like being awake and understanding. Because once you accept things as they are, you're no longer resisting. You're no longer trying to hold that cork that's bobbing on the water and holding it down and it keeps popping up. You're just like, whatever, and you let it float away. That's where we need to be this week, okay? So that's a huge, huge message from the universe is what I'm getting. Hey, Nikki, what's going on? Woohoo! Oh, girl, cool, girl. I'll let you know when I see it come through. But yeah, so totally. So that's the message for the universe. So, whew, I already feel winded, and I don't know why. I think there's just a lot of energy going on right now, a lot of stuff going on, and coming into the holiday season, deciding to travel. I decided not to travel, so I'm here. And actually, my parents bribed me with a crab and lobster feast from Maine. So, hey, if you're gonna bribe me to stay home, I'm game. I'm game. So. But I do have a couple friends coming over, so that'll be fun. But anyway, so we will first go on with, we'll start with Aries. Every time I try to go out of order, I mess it up and I forget signs. So I'm not going to do that this time. And 1 second, I'm just checking this. Okay, cool. I got you, Nikki and Bill. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Wow, that was very, very generous. For some reason, it didn't put up a notification on my phone. But yes, Nikki, I got you. General. Bill probably wants career. Oh, tell Cassandra I said hello, and I hope that she isn't like. Tell her to watch the first 5-10 minutes of this video about the 3 tips on how to stay chill and high vibe during the holidays. I think that'll really help her, because I almost get the feeling that she's running around trying to get stuff done. Yeah, she definitely is, because she's juggling 2 different types of Thanksgivings. You know what I'm saying, Nikki. Okay, so we will start with Aries. Woo! Okay, Aries. Oh, before I get started with Aries, I just want to say I started uploading the December love scopes, and they're super fun. They're really quick and to the point. They're like 5 minutes long. I've already uploaded Scorpio and Sagittarius. I'll upload the rest over the next couple days. And because I'm testing out the YouTube algorithm, because I was uploading them and then releasing them on a schedule. And I'm checking to see if I upload them one at a time and then have it be public right away and do all the hashtags and everything that goes along with it behind the scenes to see if that drives the algorithm up. So, YouTube algorithm is like solving the Da Vinci Code. I'm not kidding. Like, they've really changed a lot of policies. But that's okay, because the people that are here are the people that I love spending time with on Monday nights. So you guys make me so happy. It's like the most genuine. I get socialization, but it's a lot more fun, when it's like a group of people. Okay, so Aries. Ooh, unexpected visitors. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. Hello. Aries are having unexpected visitors. Okay, so interesting. Let's see what the challenge is and where these unexpected visitors, if they're associated with a house or a sign or a planet. Hey, Melissa. Oh, yes. Melissa, unexpected visitors. You've got to keep me posted, all right? And this is in the 6th house. So this is going to be someone in your everyday, even though this is a challenge card, but it's pulling up as the 6th house. This is something that in your daily routine that you may or may not be expecting. So that's the challenge. Either you're expecting this person, it's someone you're in contact with all the time, or someone that you're so distracted with your everyday duties that you don't even see this coming. So this will be interesting, Aries. Ooh, I didn't even know that card was in that deck. Okay, so hey, Melissa. So I'm uploading my my December love scopes, and the Aries one. Of course, it's the first one I did. I need to upload it, but you have to tell me what you think because they're short and to the point. They're only like 5-6 minutes long, but that's just how I like to roll. I don't like to sit there and drag things out. So when I post it, let me know if you like it. Okay, so ooh, cool, interesting. The overall advice is reconciliation, Aries. So this is really interesting. There is an unexpected visitor, or it could be unexpected text message or phone call or something that this is going to bring back a lot of warm childhood memories, or just that feeling of being with your that feeling of familiarity. I was going to say familia at the same time, and it's all going to be something. I feel like there's an offer coming to you with this. So it could be just like someone you haven't talked to in a while, which is pretty, it sounds pretty much in alignment since it is, a holiday week. But I don't think that you're expecting this person to contact you. So interesting. It really feels very specific. I apologize that it's very specific reading for Aries, but that is what it is. So we'll have to see how that unfolds. Oh yes, 1 second. I just want to write down the timestamp because I'm trying to get better at doing that. So Marley doesn't have to go scrub through the whole thing because she said such a dear heart and does that for me. You guys, it's like I need an assistant for myself, and I don't even know. Having a YouTube channel is a lot of work. Melissa knows that. Okay. All right, so moving on to Taurus. All right, we have the one ring circus. So what I'm getting this week already, Taurus, is I feel that you have a lot of weight on your shoulders and you're really just feeling distracted, that you don't know how to delegate this week. You feel that you're running the whole show, which is probably pretty accurate. And so I really feel that you need to delegate some of the work because your challenge this week is Scorpio. So you may be getting caught up in these deeper feelings that are distracting you, getting caught in deep water of thoughts and emotions, and it's overwhelming you and you cannot get your daily duties done. Does that make sense? Especially if you're hosting Thanksgiving dinner, or if you're traveling to family, friends, or if you're just having a dinner on your own, that's totally cool too. But I do feel that your challenge is to not go too deep in the emotions in Scorpio. There was a funny joke that I sent to one of my friends, and it was like, if the devil can't find you, he'll send an Aquarius or a Scorpio. So I thought it was pretty funny. I don't know if it's true or not, but don't let the negativity pull you down in the depths, all right? Because your overall advice, Taurus, is really moving one step forward and illuminating your path as you go forward, and stop reflecting on the past. You're getting stuck in all of this deep emotional energy, and so you aren't even paying attention to your outside world this week. So your overall advice is to let go of the past, start moving forward, and really just step into the light. Even if you cannot see, it's like when you're driving down a really dark highway in Wyoming or in anywhere in the wild, wild west where there are zero lights, and you can only see 10 to 15 feet ahead of you with your headlights. Just keep going, because the road's going to still be there. It's going to rise up to meet you as you keep going. So that's the advice for you this week, Taurus, is to really step forward, keep the faith, and don't get distracted by all these deep emotional thoughts, okay? Oh, Taurus. Okay. So, look, I'm getting better at writing things down. Okay, so we'll move on with Gemini. Right out the deck, Gemini. Lovely. I love this. Peaks of joy. You are sitting on top of the world as you come into this week, which is great. You're feeling super excited, like you're walking on cloud nine. It could be a new relationship or in that elated feeling, or maybe you just got a new job offer. Something is really just sparked that joy inside of you again, which is the best feeling in the world, because that's when you are in the closest in alignment with your highest self and you create more abundance, because you're literally in that vibe of manifesting in and out, like breathing into the universe and out to the universe, you know, that reciprocal balance. Okay. So your challenge this week, Gemini, is, interesting, the 6th house. Okay, so are you getting caught up in your daily tasks and it's dragging you out of this joyous state? You want to make sure that doesn't happen to you this week. You want to make sure that no matter what you have going on this week, make lists, you know, put reminders in your phone, get it done, but don't let it take away from your high vibe. And if you are just chiming in for Gemini, after I post this in the timestamps, what I want you to know is go back and listen to the first 5-10 minutes of this video with the 3 tips how to get through the holidays high vibed, okay? And that's really going to benefit you this week, especially Gemini, okay? All right, so your overall advice, Gemini, is, I love it. The Fool card, standing on the cliff, trusting and letting the universe let everything fall into place, just trusting and knowing, taking that leap of faith. So that's your overall advice this week. That's you're in a really cool spot. Look at these 2 cards. They are literally amazing. If you can see the peak or the peaks of joy. So really what I'm getting is, don't get caught up in the daily minutia and the details. Just get your stuff done and then ground yourself and get rid of any of that negative energy that's making you think about the daily stuff you need to get done. It's kind of like when you have a big presentation to do and you get up in the middle of the night, you're like, wait, I forgot to do this one little tweak, you know. Get all that done during the day, let yourself rest at night. And also with the peaks of joy, it's very much into dream time as well. So pay attention to your dreams this week, okay, Gemini? All right. So we will move on to Cancer. Okay. Woohoo! Do we have a little crabby still in the house, Celeste? Are you still here? Okay, interesting. So right now, I feel like there's some inner goblins that are surrounding you, and it could also be just like some dark negative energy. Don't fret. I said this in a reading, and this girl got really scared. She's like, I'm really scared. I'm like, why? I'm like, we're gonna get to the positive, because light always burns off the dark. So don't let it, you know, I know it wouldn't let you hit you in the wrong way, mystical musings, but what I'm seeing is that this could be actually, maybe lacking confidence. The reason I say that is because your challenge is the Leo card this week, stepping into that Leo energy, getting into your chakras and getting into that solar plexus chakra and letting your heart beam and lead the way this week. That's your challenge, is having enough courage to really just move forward in that and move out of the fear, and like, if you start getting yourself into a conversation and you see it starting to turn into quicksand, get out of there. You know what I mean? Thank you, Bill. And so your challenge or your overall advice this week, sorry, that distracted me. That's why I have a moderator. Sorry, I should just let you just do it. But thank you. Okay, so your overall advice, Cancers, is the Strength card. Interesting, you guys, 2 Leo cards, okay? You have the infinity symbol, and she's taming this lion, and she's like, we're going to get through this. We have the strength. It's moving slow, but it's going to happen. So also what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing is that you've been working on a project, or you've been working on something, and it isn't going as fast as you want. And so it's making you kind of clam up no pun intended, like a crab, go back into your shell. And you need to trust the universe to keep putting yourself out there, because you have the strength to do this. You have all of that queen and king energy of the kingdom. You know what needs to be done. And so you need to not let your inner goblins pull you down into, into the depths of you're not good enough, because you have self-worth. Okay. So that's what I have for Cancers this week. So moving on to Leo. What's going on, Leos? A lot of Leo energy in the house. Okay, so, I love it when I get a flying card. Ride the wave, Leo. It's all about going with the flow this week and having some fun. Get out there and let your hair down, which Leos don't have a hard time doing. And riding the wave. So if there's some turbulence this week, riding that wave is really going to be your key and your solace, or your solace, whatever. And so your challenge this week is Gemini. Okay, you're challenged with a couple things. So Gemini are the twins of the Zodiac, or one of them. Pisces is the other one. And it's all about speaking from your heart rather than speaking out of both sides of your mouth. Okay, so when you're communicating this week, in order for you to get the results that you want and have a successful catching the right wave, you need to express what you want from your heart, right from your heart this week, okay? Leos, and you're good at doing that. And I'm also sensing that you need to really surround yourself with a lot of green light. If you're decorating for Christmas or for Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate, make sure you incorporate some green light and also some purple light, because it's very heart-centered, and also it illuminates with the higher consciousness of your higher self. So your challenge this week, Leos, is the Four of Swords. So taking a rest out and knowing that the kingdom will still survive if you take a chill pill, okay? It's time for you to just relax, because it's going to take minimal effort to communicate your needs this week. And just know if you need to take time aside, again, in tandem with the 3 holiday tips to get through high vibed, the beginning of this video, it's all about taking time to go back and get grounded, take some rest. Because if you notice in this card, the kingdom is still completely thriving with him as he's taking a nap. So that's your overall advice this week. Make sure you're taking time out for yourself. You're taking time to get grounded. You're not getting fired up with all of that fiery energy that Leos have, because it's going to benefit you to delegate a little bit, okay? Woo! Okay, so we will move on to Virgos. Woohoo! Okay, Virgo, I just pulled the Goblin card for you as well. Okay, so are there some things that are surrounding you that are not benefiting you, that are making you're just getting too deep in your thoughts? Always think of like, when I think of the Goblins card, I always think of exploring in a forest, and the goblins really just kind of like play with your mind, or if you're like, what is that noise? And your mind starts playing tricks. It's like your mind is playing tricks. You're thinking too much, okay? And that's typical for Virgos. So your challenge this week is the 7th house, okay? So it's all about, it's all about partnerships and balancing things out. So it's balancing your mind and your heart, and not getting into your head too much this week, because you want to keep things balanced. You want to keep that yin and the yang, your masculine and your feminine internally balanced, right? So then when you're going out into the world, you can represent yourself. So you're not getting into your head. Remember, you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts can control you if you let them, okay? You have to get into your heart space, your heart chakra, and really just know that if this is romantic, business, or family, it's all about balance for you this week. So that's your challenge, is to stay balanced. And you could get triggered. It is the holidays, okay? The overall advice is the 10 of Swords. Okay, so I feel that with this is something that's been on your mind for a while, And it's time for you to stop beating a dead horse. Stop thinking about it. Stop ruminating over it. Okay? Stop sitting there staring at it, thinking it's going to get up and start walking again. It's time for you to balance that out. So whatever it was in your mind that was causing you this quicksand, you need to balance it out and let go of the past. You've just ended a cycle and you're getting ready to start a new cycle this week, okay? That's what I have for you. Okay, so Libras, woohoo! Do we have any Libras in the house tonight? Okay, hopefully that Goblins card doesn't keep coming out. Okay, so Libra, we have coming apart, okay? So right now I feel that maybe some things that are surrounding your life right now, maybe you feel like they're falling apart, falling away, but don't fret because there's a reason why the universe takes things out of your life. You don't get rejected. You actually vibe yourself out of situations, okay? And that's what people need to keep in mind when they are feeling that things aren't going their way, or they keep knocking on a door that doesn't open, or someone peeks through the hole, but then they close it. Move on, don't take that from the blessing from the universe to say, thank you for having my back. So your overall challenge this week is staying in this higher vibration in the ninth house of travel. It could be, astral travel. It could be anything spiritual, obviously physical travel as well, but it's all about getting into this place of the teachings of the higher self that's trying to come through and really just shine its light through you. And you need to open up the door and understand that whatever you just went through was meant for your highest good. It was meant for your soul path. If you would have continued on this job, this relationship, this project, it would no longer serve you. It would just keep draining you. So it's falling away at the right time. So your overall advice, interesting. Okay. So is the 5 of Wands. So I feel that there's been a struggle with this, okay? But I do feel at the 11th hour, everything is going to turn around and be a yes for you, which is super cool because the next progression is the 6 of Wands, which is victory, right at the 11th hour. So keep the faith this week. Keep it in your highest good of really focusing in on what is in your highest good. Don't think about how it looks out into the universe or not to the universe, but how it looks to other people. A lot of people are really, as we get into the holidays, a lot of people are concerned on how they, what they've accomplished this last year or in their whole life when they're in front of their family, and they start really, just tearing themselves down. Okay. So don't do that this week. Stay in that higher vibration, stay in this, you're here to learn. We're all going through experiences. And everything is cyclical, right? So it's like sometimes you're at the top of the wheel, sometimes you're at the bottom of the wheel, and it just keeps spinning around and around, just like karma, okay? Always is going to come around. So my advice is to keep the faith and know that at the 11th hour, everything is going to turn around in your favor. So make sure you comment, sometime later this week and let me know how that works out for you, Libras, okay? Cool. All right, Scorpio. Woohoo. I know we have a Scorpio in the house. You guys, my mom is a Pisces double Scorpio. You want to talk about water energy? Woo. Okay. All right, Scorpio, we have the wide open. So this is very similar to the Fool card in the regular traditional tarot, and it's standing on the cliff, and literally the world is your oyster. You have so much going for you, and whatever it is, you just need to take a leap of faith, and you might need that little extra push and know that you will just land on big fluffy clouds. It's like shooting for the moon and then landing amongst the stars. That's what I have for you. Okay, this is where you currently are. So let's see what the challenge is for you this week. Oh, cool. Thanks, Bill. Hold on. Too many cards flew out. This is this deck is like a lot bigger, so it's harder to shuffle. Okay, so interesting. So your challenge this week, Scorpio, is you have this great opportunity, this wide open space, but your challenge is the Sagittarius energy is getting scattered, trying to go into too many directions, not being committal, not knowing that you need to have a plan, you need to have a strong foundation. It's all about shooting your shot at one target, not at 15 different targets, okay? Staying focused. Sagittarius are super cool. We just entered Sagittarius season, and it has a lot of enthusiasm and faith, but make sure whatever this is, you don't get too caught, with the magic of where the arrow is going to go, because it's all, I mean, Sagittarius are like literally probably one of the hardest zodiac signs to tie down in the zodiac. They're travelers. That's what they do. That's what the basis of their soul is. Of course, that's just like the sun sign. And if you have like, depends on your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus, and all the other planets and asteroids. So, but that in a general reading, don't get too caught up in fire. You know what I mean? You need to ground yourself, because I don't know. I just feel like you just need to ground yourself. So interesting. So we have the Seven of Cups as your overall advice, and I'm sensing that you have a lot of options to choose from right now, and you may be getting caught up in the dreamland. Okay, so this is kind of counteractive of the Sagittarius, the fire. So when you have a lot of fire and a lot of water, they douse each other out. So that's why, interesting how I said it, grounding. I really feel like you need a lot of earth energy this week, and you need to get focused on what it is you want to accomplish and what it is that's going to emotionally fulfill you, okay? But at the same time, trust that the universe has your back and is pointing you in the right direction and the right way to go, okay? So that's what I have for Scorpio. Okay. And then we'll move on to my Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius. Okay. There's all these cards, but the one that is popping out is Magic Stream. Okay, so Sagittarius, going with the flow. This is the Magic Stream. Sorry, guys, the lighting is kind of wonky, but there we go. So it's all about, literally, this is like the Ace of Cups. Okay, so it's all about getting into a brand new emotional start. So I feel like there's something that's triggered some beautiful new emotions for you this week, and where you are coming into this week, and it's really just making you feel filled up again and feeling really excited about what can transpire from here. And it's really telling me that also going with the flow, but literally everything that you've been trying to manifest in the 3D, it's this one particular thing is happening for you right now, and you're starting to experience it. And if it hasn't happened, you're starting to feel the energy of it. Like, hey, I kind of feel an energy shift and things are changing up a little bit. And so for the overall challenge is the Pisces card, okay? So the Pisces card is telling me that make sure you're not getting caught up in dreamland and you're like planning the wedding and you just met somebody and you're figuring out who you're inviting and where it's going to be. Don't do that. That's your challenge. Your challenge is to stay grounded. Don't get caught up in dreamland, okay? Because I really feel, Sagittarius, this is your birthday month, and also obviously in the first couple weeks of December, and I really feel that you have a lot of compassion and excitement and emotion for this new venture you're on. Just make sure that you don't let that Pisces Neptune, because Neptune rules Pisces, don't let that energy take you away, okay? Because it'll take you far, far away. Listen, if you know any Pisces, and I can say that, my mom's a Pisces, so I get it. Okay, so your overall advice this week is to make a decision. Make a strong decision as you ground within your soul of between the masculine and the feminine, the yin and yang in between you. And you have the choice to make this decision. So this is in your power. This is your overall advice. So I feel like you have a decision to move forward or to stay I don't know, stay single or stay in the same job, or you might have an opportunity for a new job. But I do feel that you have the power to make the decision, and you know when you're in the right spot at the right time. So you're going to know exactly when to strike. Oh, Allison! Woohoo! Oh, really? That's weird. Oh, that sucks. Oh, we already did Gemini, but my friend Allison is Gemini. I love her. Okay, so we'll move on to Capricorn. Woo! You guys, I seriously, like, the cards are always flying. Okay, so strength. All right, so Capricorn, right now, currently, you are literally holding the world on your shoulders, and you are just feeling like, hey, I've got this, but I'm trying to take the next step, but I've got this and this nagging and behind me. So all these projects or anything that is really, stressing your shoulders, if you will, right? So interesting. I just pulled the Sagittarius card for your challenge this week. So your challenge is to not get too caught up in shooting your shot in 15 different directions, but get laser focused. Delegate. If this is a relationship that you're concerned about, I do feel like it may be out of balance and you're carrying a little bit more of the weight, but you have the strength to get through it, to have a conversation to balance it out. Also, if this is career oriented, same thing. But it's obviously a different conversation when it comes to career, right? But just make sure that you're staying focused this week. You're not getting distracted by shiny objects, which is easy to do during the holidays. Okay, so your overall advice, Capricorn, is interesting. So there is a lot of prosperity coming that you don't see, okay? It's coming in fast. You don't see it. You're out there watching the bison chilling, eating a watermelon, which is great for a cleanse, FYI. And you don't see this coming. So I do feel like there's going to be an opportunity for you to build more prosperity. So I feel like this is more career oriented for you. And it's really going to just give you an opportunity to strengthen your kingdom, if you will. Okay. We're flying tonight. It's so funny. Some of the shows are like 2.5 hour, 3 hour long. Some are just like an hour. And I love dropping cards, by the way. Okay, so Aquarius. Do we have any Aquarius in the house? I know, watermelons are great. By the way, Trader Joe's has some dried, dehydrated watermelon. It's really good. You have the unexpected visitor card, okay? So this could be either unexpected visitor, or it could also be just unexpected feelings within yourself. Sometimes when our inner child speaks up, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, that you just want to give it a hug and say, why are you upset? Do you feel scared? Let's give it a hug. It's all about your inner child. So maybe I really feel that this is different from the Aries reading. I feel like this is more of Aquarius, of the inner child maybe popping in, okay? Or maybe just a unexpected announcement of a child. Okay, so your challenge this week is Jupiter. Oh, cool. I love Jupiter. Uncle Jupe is what Mystical Musings and I like to call him. And so there's a lot of gifts coming in for you this week, and a lot of expansion, and you have to have the courage to expand. So when you get this unexpected inner child showing up with tears or emotion, or an actual real unexpected visitor or an unexpected message coming in, it's all about not closing yourself off, but keeping your heart open and having a conversation and see where it can go and how you can expand out into the universe, because it's all about learning lessons, right? The spirit or the teacher becomes the student becomes the teacher. It's all cyclical. So that's your challenge, is to make sure you allow yourself to expand. Okay. Don't shut yourself off. And the overall advice is, oh, cool. I love it. The 9 of Cups. So you have a wish coming true. You have something that you've been waiting on is actually going to manifest for you this week, which is awesome. You're literally sitting there in all this fun and you have all that, you're sitting there with your 9 cups, they're full of emotions, you're waiting for the 9th or the 10th cup to complete your emotional happiness, and it's coming. See, she has a cornucopia and she's bringing it in. So that's super cool. So this will all manifest for you if you make sure that you keep yourself open, you keep your heart open, and have these crucial conversations, or anything that is going to keep you from expanding. So whatever it is, don't clam up, okay? That's right, Mystical Musings. Uncle Jupe. I love Uncle Jupe. He's so cool. He's like the fun uncle that shows up and brings all the gifts and spoils you with candy and all that stuff. So Uncle Jupe. Okay, so last but not least is Pisces, and then we will go into the readings. Okay, so Pisces. Ooh, we pulled out the Metamorphosis card for you. So you're in the middle of a transformation. Where are you in the middle of or in this transformation? The beginning? Oof, I hope not. Are you in the end? I hope so. That's right, Marley. I love my Pisces. So let's see what the challenge is. Okay, the challenge is the Mars energy, okay? So it's all about war. Making sure that you are in the middle of going through something, and you may be in a space where you're raw, you're feeling raw, and you literally could just like burn the house down with just one word. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you could just get triggered really fast and just be a hothead. So your challenge this week is to stay calm and collected. Okay. Very much like a Scorpio, how Scorpio will sting you. Don't piss off a Pisces. They have a sharp tongue. Okay. I know I have Pisces in my chart. So the challenge is to stay calm and collected. Don't let that fire energy trip you up. Okay. So, the overall advice I have is the Justice card. Okay. So things are balancing out. You may feel in this metamorphosis, like one minute you're crying, the next minute you're happy, and you're going back and forth, and you just like have a lot of rage. You just need to let it go, ground yourself, because the overall advice is things are going to balance out in your favor. Okay. It's all about balancing the scales, Pisces. Woo! Super cool. Super cool. I am just like spilling water. I'm dropping cards. Oh, wow. Okay. So let me just check my phone really fast. Oh, are you serious, Nikki? Okay. You know what? You guys just, okay. We'll just like put that for next week. You know what I mean? You guys are funny. They accidentally paid for each other. Okay. So that's hilarious. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we will start with Marley. Let me figure out what cards I want to pick for you for your reading. Marley, do you know if you want a general reading or love or career? I didn't bring my fun deck with me. It's over on my desk. Sorry. I should have figured you'd be here tonight wanting a reading with the sexual tarot cards. Oh, career. Okay, cool. Okay. And Allison, since you're new here tonight, yes, I'm overflowing with abundance. That's why I'm spilling everything, you know? I mean, I just have so much to give. Yeah, and receive. That's the key. Allison, since you're new here in the Monday night spiritual happy hour, I will definitely pull a card for you as well when we're finished. Okay, so Marley, let me just burn some sage. Okay. All right. I mean, I know you want some of my good abundance overflowing into your reading, especially if it's career. Allison, so also what I'll do is once the video posts, I will put the timestamps, and I'll have one for Gemini, And it will go directly to, you just literally click on it. It'll skip ahead into the video so you'll get your Gemini reading. But you should go check out the first 10 or 15 minutes of the video when it's posted, because I have the top 3 ways to get through the holidays. High vibed. You're welcome. All right, Marley, let's see. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so Marley, I pulled this awesome card. So this angel is like, listen, I've got this, but I've got a decision to make. And your decision is, what is going to bring you closer to your divine purpose? What is going to bring you closer to where you need to be in life, where you need to go? Because I feel like you have a couple decisions to make, and one's going to be maybe a little bit more colorful. Maybe not. I mean, that's just kind of, I don't know. I don't know where I'm getting that, but the one that is really going to open you up and open up more opportunity for growth and a more fruitful path is the one that's going to be closer to your divine guidance. So, and that could be, it could be anything from nonprofit work. It could be, being in healthcare, anything like that, where you're a healer. I kind of feel like you're actually a natural healer, and you have that energy that heals people around you. And so, I don't know, chime in and let me know. Do you have a decision to make? Interesting. So I pulled out the passion card. Okay. So your challenge is to go with your passion. You need to follow your passion. Look at this angel. This angel is like, listen, I've got, I thought it was a pineapple, but it looks like a pineapple upside down, but it's not, right here. But she's like, listen, I know where I need to go. I know where it's going to be prosperous. And I've got my plan put together. I'm completely clear. And if I don't have my whole plan together, I just know that I'm passionate about it. So I'm going to keep moving forward no matter how long it takes to get there. I know that the end result is where I need to be. So this is your challenge, is to follow your passion right now. I feel like there's a couple things that you have to choose from that are kind of up in the air. And I feel that you need to go with what's going to really fulfill your heart. What's going to make you go to sleep at night, to get excited, to get up and go to work, I don't want to give examples because I don't want to, to like offend anybody, but with my own personal thoughts. But what's going to make you feel grounded? What's going to make you feel that this is where you want to be? This is how you want to express yourself, what you want to do. Okay. So maybe a decision is that you start looking, just kind of putting your feelers out there to see what else is available in other fields where you could be, of a benefit of what your true passion is. So I did pull the self-care card. So I really feel like you are a natural healer, and you really know how to take care of yourself and nurture yourself, and also nurture those around you. And I feel like, I don't know what your current career is, but I feel that you could do a little bit more with hands-on, So let's see. Yes. And I pulled the sisterhood card, which is super cool. So this is all about letting your hair down, doing things that make you happy. And you know what? If you're not sure that you're in a position that is not your heart's truest desire, it's okay. Just don't dwell on it too much. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for having income and everything, and food on the table and all that good stuff. And just know that the answer is going to be able to come clear to you when you're out there spending time with friends, when you're out there just really spending time with your left brain suspended, right? On a hammock, drinking a Mai Tai, which is what I like to call it. So by getting into more of your creative energy, and laughing is where it starts. So if you can't, I think a perfect super fast remedy would to do something that makes you laugh to bring up that energy, because I feel like that's when it's really going to just come true. Wow, that was like, I feel like I wasn't even like in that reading, you guys. Okay. Let me get an overall advice card for you. I'll use this deck. Oh, that's good. please tell your sister I said hello. She needs to come onto one of the lives. Listen, you guys, donations are not mandatory. I appreciate them. So please, if you have people that want to come join, there's no obligation. There's no obligation. And every new person I'll pull a card for because I want them to join the high vibe, you know? So tell your sister to come join. Okay. All right. So your overall advice, Marley. Ooh, I pulled out 2 cards. I pulled out the Seed and I pulled out the Village. Okay. So first let's talk about the Seed. This is your advice is to plant the seed. All you have to do is literally start meditating on, if you don't know what you want to do, but you know that you have a different purpose or a higher purpose, just meditate on being led to where your heart wants to take you, because that's the key of everything. Is where your heart is and how we're moving forward. So you just need to plant the seed. And, you know, we have a full moon next week, which is super cool on the next Monday. We have actually, there's a lot of stuff going on astrologically the next couple of Mondays, including like the grand conjunction on December 20th. I'll be going live. I mean, I think that's a Monday as well. I don't know how I synced up with Mondays, but it's vibing. It's vibing. So, but when the next moon, since you're not into making an immediate decision, I would suggest in the next new moon, which I will point it out to you, you can look it up too, is to write down on some biodegradable paper, something that'll, you know, kind of fall away really quickly, and write down, you know, some affirmations on being led with your heart to your heart's truest career path, and it will start to grow. And then you'll start to see it bloom. And then once it bursts through the surface, you're going to know where to go to find it. Okay. And I have the Village card. So that's interesting. So in this, you see her hand, she literally has there's like a crown here, and it also has like a pearl, or it could also be a seed, because look how this is in the ground. So it's planting your heart's truest desire. And this is where you're going to find your crown, is when you find that career path that's really going to benefit you. I think you're in a good spot now, but if you're not satisfied and growing where you are, then, you know, just put it out there to figure out new ways to grow. And I really feel like you are going to be led that way. And just keep watering it. Make sure you don't let that soil dry up and forget that you have that intent. You know, it's okay to be thinking about this and still working your current job. So that's what I have for you, Marley. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Allison, next time we talk, make sure you remind me to tell you about Shoe Guy, who I have Bill moderate out of the chat like that. Okay. Okay, so Nikki, let's see. All right. We will start with this deck. All right. What does Nikki need to know right now? Okay, cool. Okay, so actually 2 cards popped out. So currently I pulled the Ganesha card, which is super cool. Okay. Ganesha is obviously an elephant, and elephants are known for removing all obstacles. So I feel that right now you're being protected and guided, and things may be falling away from you that are no longer serving you, you know, just even just like friendships, or a project, or maybe some household chores. You've like been putting all this pressure, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm not going to get that roof fixed or whatever. I don't know why I said that, but I feel that these obstacles and this mental energy is being cleared out of the way for you for a reason, because the card that popped out behind it was loss. Okay. Now this doesn't mean you're going to have a loss. This just means that you feel that maybe some of the things that have been being cleared out, or that you see that will start to be cleared out, that you know that are no longer serving you, but maybe they're just, you know, old flames of like in your memory of things that really gave you passion in the past may no longer be there. And so, you just need to kind of let them go. And so I'm not talking about people. I'm just talking about like projects or like lessons or something that just, that ignited you at one point, but it's not going to anymore. And so just letting it go and letting Ganesha, swiftly take it away. Okay. Let me scroll down. Yes. Shoe guy. You'd like him, Allison. He's just not appropriate for the chat for my show. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to pull some more cards, Nikki. Don't fret. Okay, so we have forgiveness. Okay, so self-forgiveness. Interesting. This card says, let go of guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. So letting go of anything that's, maybe it's just like I said this wasn't a person, it's like thoughts. So maybe it's you forgiving yourself, like holding on to things or things that are no longer you, right? Forgiving yourself for certain decisions you made, or if you feel guilty about something, especially since we're coming up on the holidays. Guilt has a huge way of showing up its awesomeness, not awesomeness. So I really feel that self-forgiveness is in the cards for you. Let me see why. And I feel like with Ganesha too, you're moving on a whole new path actually. And so, Okay, so I pulled dietary change. So I don't know. Are you being hard on yourself, on your body? Are you being too hard on your body? Are you feeling that, I don't know, is there a self-worth issue? I don't know. It's kind of stumping me. Let's see. Okay, so I have a card that says get some rest. So I do feel that maybe you've been burning the candle at both ends and not feeling that you're getting things accomplished. Here it goes. I can see it now. You're not getting things accomplished as fast as you want to. You're burning the midnight oil, but you need to get rest in order to rejuvenate yourself to move forward. And I think with Ganesha, you need to trust that, okay, the obstacles that are in your way will just naturally fall away. Have faith. Do some meditation on that, because you can't be everything to everybody. You have to make time for yourself. And I feel like you may be just holding a little guilt from that. And so, yeah, like with the loss, maybe you feel like you're letting people down and not fulfilling what they need, but it's time for you to put more self-care and get more rest. Because there's two cards about rest: dietary change, which is basically rest, eating healthy, which I already know you do, and then getting rest. So I really feel like you need to just relax and forgive yourself for not being everybody's everything. Okay, so let me pull another card. Pull an overall advice card if we can get a clear answer. Does that make sense? I pulled the eternal child. So, yes. So the self-forgiveness card, remember you're God's perfect child, and also the eternal child. So see how this transcends in space and time, both as you are perfect just as you are, and you don't need to live up to people's standards and be everybody's everything. And I'm not getting it so much with this card, but I do feel that, maybe the self-forgiveness is like your inner child. When you get upset, remember we talked about this, like when I was getting upset about something and I was like, hey, maybe instead of being upset and just trying to figure out why, maybe I should say, hey, this is a trigger. This is my inner child and it's scared. So I have a conversation with, why am I scared? Okay, I fear this. Okay, why do you fear that? And just having a conversation, getting back into that. And also, even just doing some coloring and some markers. I feel like it's going to help kind of connect that for you and just kind of give you back into that space of you are perfect just as you are. Okay. So you don't have to run yourself into the ground to be everybody's golden star. Does that make sense? Let me pull an overall message just so I feel like your readings are always like a little bit more complicated, not complicated, but it takes me a minute to get there because there's a lot of information. So yes, the overall advice is manifesting with music. Okay. So literally go on YouTube, go find some Christmas or some winter holiday jazz, something in the background, or play some music that's really going to make you feel jovial again and kind of just back into that space. It's going to make you kind of dance and feel really good about yourself. So that's what I have for you, Nikki. I hope that makes sense for you. Woo! Okay. So Bill Bernanke, woohoo! We'll do your reading and then we'll do Allison. We'll pull a card for Allison since she's here for the first time tonight on my show. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm going to start with these cards for you. So you wanted a general reading as well. Okay, so 2 cards popped out. Okay, I'm getting a massive clear message right now. So we have the sustainer card that popped out. So that's like you being sustaining everybody's well-being, being there for everybody, doing the best that you can, and providing emotional, spiritual support. And I do feel right behind it was the self card. Okay, so it's telling you to come back to yourself, even though you're beaming your light out in a million different directions and shining it. Make sure you're not depleting yourself, because look at this guy. He's literally like a shadow of himself. And he has all this color out in the world, but he doesn't have anything for himself. Okay, so you need to kind of pull your energy back in and ground yourself this week and really stop trying to, I mean, same thing, be everybody's everything. I think that you need to, it's good to do it, but make sure you're also filling your own cup, because you could deplete yourself. And with, being like, look at this guy. He's just like a dark shadow. And he has, he's the pearl, in his heart. So I think that that's some of the messages for you this week. So let's get some more information. Okay, so I do feel like it's the body changes, but this is for a butterfly, right? Which means transformation. So I really feel that it's time for you to spread your wings and spend some time on your own and really kind of get back into yourself, because I feel that you've just been providing for people so much lately that you're not replenishing yourself. And it's like, as this butterfly is coming out of the chrysalis, he's literally such a brand new little butterfly. He's like, you have to gain your strength to dry the wings off and then go for your first flight. So I feel that with that card, it's saying that, take it easy on yourself. Don't try to run a marathon without any training. It's funny I said that, because I've done that. And I remember telling you that story. So I pulled the Keep the Faith card, which I totally love this card. It matches the background with all the purple lights. So it's all about keeping the faith, keeping the vision, and knowing that you have the strength to provide and be this, the sustainer for everybody around you. But just make sure you're filling your own cup too, okay? Because you intuitively know this with all this purple and this blue. You're communicating it, but you need to communicate to yourself like, hey, I'm going to dedicate this time for myself this week. I'm going to turn off my phone. I'm not going to do any social media for an hour, and I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to leave my phone at home. It's similar to like leaving your credit card at home, because every time I leave the house, I end up spending money. So I started leaving my credit card at home. It's very humbling. It's very humbling. Makes you realize like how much we become like habitual with things, So I really feel like the social media thing is a huge thing for you. And I do feel, okay, so interesting. The career transition card popped up and it says your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. So let's get some more information on that, because I know that you have had that opportunity that's coming up in the next week. But let's see. We'll see what the cards give us. Ooh, okay. Okay, so we had 2 cards pop out. Actually, 3. Okay. Oh, we'll save the best one for last. So we have the transparency card. So this is all about being honest with yourself. What is it that you truly want? Are you taking an opportunity for the right reasons? Okay. Have you thought this through? Have you been transparent with yourself? Make sure it's easy for us to lie to ourselves and, not really be transparent with ourselves when we look in the mirror of what we really want. And making sure that you're protecting your energy and you're not being influenced by anything else surrounding this, because it's all about being authentic and being in the present moment. Okay. And so since she's underwater, she's breathing bubbles. I really kind of feel like she should be protected by a bubble from outer energies that could influence her heart's truest desire, being honest with herself. Okay. I do feel the divination card popped out. So there is fortune in your future. So it's all about really just kind of getting focused, understanding fate and destiny, and making sure that you're being clear and transparent and true to yourself. Not first and foremost, okay? And then right behind it, I pulled the Divine Sensuality card, which is all about making love and erotica. So make sure that what you go for in your career, you are in love with. Like, you want to do this. And make sure you're not getting distracted by the allurement of how it can make you feel. But you need to be transparent with your thoughts on how it can make you feel good in the long term. Okay. So let's see. I'll pull an advice card for you. I know it's not exactly like the clearest message I think that you're looking for, because you're looking for a yes or no question, but we will see. Ooh. Okay, so I pulled the Splendor card, which is interesting. Okay, so I really feel, what is it in your heart? What do you truly want? What do you truly want? Are you being allured by something that is like a shiny object, or are you being truthful with yourself what you really want? Because what it is you really want is what's going to make you the happiest. So if you're not sure, I really recommend doing some massive meditation on this, just like the back of this card, and sitting there. And I feel like, honestly, you have too many distractions, okay? Too many distractions, and putting yourself in, maybe you're asking too many opinions or putting out too much conversation about this, when you need to get back to the roots of yourself and what your heart truly desires. That's what I have for you, Belle. Boom. Woo. Okay. All right, Allison Anderson, AA. I've known Allison for, oh my gosh, almost 18 years. Yeah. Oh, we still look the same age. Isn't that amazing? I love that. Okay, so let's see. I want to see what deck I want to use for you. I'll do this one. I know. Oh, 20. Woo! Okay, so the card that popped out for you, Allison, is the Eternal Child. Oh, thank you. Is the Eternal Child. Okay, so I really feel that. So it's interesting because I just shuffled the cards back in, but the card I just had for Bill with like all the lights beaming out and getting to the core, I think that what you really need to do right now is get into the core of what it is that makes your inner child the happiest. I really feel like this is career driven. The sun reminds me of just prosperity, and prosperity reminds me of income, and really just getting into what is it that your inner child wants. Like, I really feel like, look at this. I really feel like you'd be really good at working with your hands. I'm really kind of getting masseuse for you. Of that would really, I mean, I don't even know if that even is going to exist anymore, but this is like the images that I'm getting. I really feel like you are a natural healer, and I really feel that getting in touch with, you're really good at doing like puzzles and things like that keep you, engaged and always learning. You're always learning. And I do feel like you're also really good at also being an eternal child too. No matter where you are in life, you still always find the best way to laugh and enjoy yourself. So let me see what you're typing. You resonate with Bill's message. Ah, interesting. I can see that. Interesting. Yes. Didn't I say that? I said that card. So cool. Yeah. Overcommitting. We're all really good at overcommitting. I've actually gotten better at undercommitting. Okay. So I also pulled the poet card for you. So to me, I've never seen this card before. So when I look at this card, you know what, Allison, I really feel that in order for you to balance out this energy of overcommitting yourself, I feel like you need to start doing more watercolors again. Yeah, and words, but you're a Gemini. You're really good with words. Really, really good. But I feel like maybe this time that you tend to take away from overcommitting yourself, similar to Bill, is I feel like you need to take this energy and put it back into yourself. And I really feel like watercolors are really going to do it for you this week, honestly. And getting out of the words, right? Using more of like the magic of colors and using the words of colors in an expressive form of just color. So that's what I have for you. I'll pull an overall advice card just because I don't leave you hanging. Okay. Cool. All right, Allison. So the treasure chest, which is super cool. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes toward you. Didn't I just say abundance with the yellow? Where'd that card go? Oh, I already shuffled it back in the deck with the eternal child. And I said, I feel like it's all financial. So I do feel that once you stop overcommitting yourself and you need to start drawing boundaries hardcore, not be hardcore about it, but in your mind, be like, nope. And you don't need to over-explain yourself to why you aren't going to do something. This is similar, Bill, if you're still listening, this is a message for you too. You don't need to over-explain why you aren't going to do it, right? Just, it's okay to be straight to the point and say, sorry, I can't do that. I'm busy, because creating the space for both you, sorry, this is kind of turning into both of your readings. But I feel like you both are very aligned right now in this particular reading. And once you open up the space for not overcommitting yourself to people, you're going to have the abundance that's just going to fly into you, and you're going to know exactly what it is and what steps to take. You're going to know exactly. It's not even going to be a question in your mind. So that is what I have. I know you're still here. I knew you would be. I hope you heard that. So, woo! All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll pull 3 yes or no questions for you guys. Thanks, Allison. I'll pull 3 you guys, I'm like, okay. I'm going to do 3 yes or no questions with the pendulum. And let me write this down, the timestamp, so when I edit, I can put it in here. Okay. Okay, so you guys think about a yes or no question you want an answer to, and I'll give you a second, and then I'll just work with the pendulum. So let me know when you guys have your question. Okay. All right. So the first question is, let me think of my question. Do I have a question? Okay. All right. Ready? Here we go. It's a maybe. Way to be accurate. All right. So maybe. Sorry. Good thing we're doing the best out of 3. Okay. All right. So question number 2. All right. It's a yes. Cool. All right. Question number 3. Yes or no? Think about it. I'll give you a second. Okay. It's a yes. Woohoo! Yes. I'm super stoked on the last question. Yeah. Cool. All right, cool. I'm going to pull one more card for the collective, and then we will close it out for tonight. I'm so happy you guys joined. And I just mixed 2 of my decks together. I think it's a sign. I'm so glad you guys are here. And interesting. So the card that popped out is Coral's Wisdom. So I'll let you guys see the card and then I'll read it. Look at that. Can you tell that she has like all these beautiful, like almost like an iridescent tattoo all over her body? It says, fragility works that are created a great periods. Works that are created over great periods of time. Okay. So everything we're talking about, and Marley, if you're still here too from your reading, is planting that seed and letting it grow and not giving up, having the inner strength. The same thing with the Cancers that I did the Cancer reading, is getting in that Leo energy and the courage and knowing that things are going to move forward, even though they're moving slowly. We cannot let our mental thoughts pull us down into the abyss. We need to stay high vibed and keep moving forward, even if it's like one step at a time. Okay. That's what I have. Woohoo! Yes, Mystical Musings. She gave me this deck. Boop. All right, everybody. I love you all for coming. Thank you so much. I will put the timestamps once the video is processed. It'll probably be either tonight or early tomorrow morning. And then you can skip to the timestamp. Make sure you come back and listen to this video of the astrological signs to see if what I had predicted has come true. And if I've done a personal reading for you, make sure that you comment below and let me know how it manifests. And obviously you can be cryptic if you want. I don't care. I can figure it out. Just for, identity reasons. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday week this week. And I'm really looking forward to the next couple Mondays. Actually, the Mondays from here until the end of the year are going to be super fun, and a lot of cool stuff going on in the sky and with the moon and the planets. So anyway, I love you all, and I hope you all have an awesome, awesome holiday, and I will catch you on the next wave. All right. Bye, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good night. Bye.